Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing great. Happy Saturday. We got 11 matchups on this NBA slate today. Let's go ahead and like and subscribe. Check out all my links in the description below. And go ahead and check out matchbets.com, brand new sportsbook that's partnered with the channel here. If you guys like doing straight bets and that's your thing, MatchBets is the sportsbook for you. It's a player versus player sportsbook, so there is no house. So every spread bet or over under that you do, you're getting an 80% discount, and you're getting an 80% profit on each spread bet. So your normal minus 110 bet, it's going to be pushed down to minus 102, minus 103, which means more profit on every single bet that you do. So if you guys love doing spread bets, there's no better site than that. So go ahead and sign up in the link below. Use promo code ParlayPicks and get 100% match on your deposit. And yeah, we're going to hop into it here. 11 matchups, starting with the Boston Celtics versus the Washington Wizards. Wizards opening up as 2.5-point favorites with the over-under at 225. You can get the Wizards on the money line at minus 140. Boston plus 120. The last 10 head-to-head. Boston 6-4. Boston 2-5 in their last 7. 2-5 covering against Washington here. 3-8 on the road against Washington. We've already seen these teams did just play. Washington was able to pick up the 116-107 victory. This Boston team's been struggling to start the season. They have not been playing great. Wizards, on the other hand, playing good basketball. Kind of surprising. I don't think anyone saw the start they'd have. A nice 4-1 start for the Wizards. I mean, man, playing great basketball here. Celtics have already let me down multiple times this season. I mean, I don't know what is going on with Boston. You just can't trust them right now. And the Wizards have already beat them here. Give me the Wizards minus 2.5. But at minus 140, I think the money line is probably the better play here. Gonna roll with the Wizards. Next matchup, we have the New York Knicks versus the New Orleans Pelicans. Knicks opening up as 5.5-point favorites with the over-under at 215. The last 10 head-to-head, Pelicans 6-4. Love the Knicks in this spot. I mean, I don't know if you can really trust the Pelicans here. Knicks playing really great basketball here, coming off that Charlotte and Philly win. I really like the Knicks here, minus 5.5. The way the Pelicans have been playing, I feel like this line should be a lot higher, to be honest. Give me Knicks minus 5.5, and take them on the money line for sure. Whatever their money line is, they'll be a good parlay addition. Next matchup, we have the Orlando Magic versus the Detroit Pistons. Pistons opening up as 5-point favorites with the over-under at 205.5. You can get Detroit on the money line at minus 200. Orlando plus 170. Both teams currently 5-5 head-to-head here. I do see Cade Cunningham, the number 1 pick, supposed to make his debut on Saturday. I would assume he's going to be on a minutes restriction. I would imagine so. So don't expect too much from Cade, but he is back, so that is a positive sign for Detroit fans. This match, how could you even want to bet on this matchup between the Pistons and the Magic? I don't know if anyone can. Two very bad basketball teams here. Detroit still searching for their first win. Magic not playing great either here. I think I'm going to take the points with the Magic. I do like that Cade Cunningham. That's going to be interesting to see how he plays in his debut. But Detroit's just been awful here. I'll take Magic plus the points. All right, next matchup, we have the Utah Jazz versus the Chicago Bulls. Jazz opening up as 3.5-point favorites with the over-under at 217.5. The last 10 head-to-head, Utah 6-4. 4-6 covering in those 10 head-to-head games. Utah currently on a 5-game winning streak against Chicago. 6-3 covering in their last 9, playing really well. The Jazz, currently undefeated this season, playing as good as basketball as you could get here. Chicago, finally got their loss against losing by 1 point to the Knicks. They were really streaking, playing. I mean, they're still really great, but they just lost Patrick Williams out for the season. That's kind of a big loss for them. I like the Jazz in this matchup, -3.5. They've just been playing really great team basketball here. Bulls have been nice, so I don't hate the Bulls on this one, but I'm just going to take the better team in the Jazz. But the Bulls had a great run in the beginning. They're going to still have a great season. I'm going to stick with the Jazz here. Next matchup, we have the Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Golden State Warriors. Warriors opening up as 12.5-point favorites with the over-under at 220.5. The last 10 head-to-head, Golden State 6-4. 6-4 covering the spread in those 10 games. OKC 2-13 in their last 15. 0-6 covering on the road. OKC was able to get that win against the Lakers. I mean, that was just an insane game for them, an insane comeback. But these teams have already played. Golden State was able to pick up that 8-point victory. 12.5 points is a lot here. It really is. Love what Golden State's been doing. I mean, they did have that loss against Memphis, but they've been playing lights out basketball here. They haven't won a game by 12.5 yet this season. Their biggest win so far for the Warriors is the Lakers won by 7. Definitely taking the Warriors in the money line. They're going to be a big parlay play, but got to take the Thunder plus the points. I mean, the Warriors have only won by 7. That's the highest they've won so far, as good as they've been. And the Thunder coming off that win over the Lakers. Maybe they can keep it close here. Thunder plus the points, but we'll take Warriors in the money line. Next matchup, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Phoenix Suns. Suns opening up as 10-point favorites with the over-under at 216. The last 10 head-to-head, Cleveland 7-3. Cleveland, man, I mean, they've been covering. Obviously, when I'm recording, they're playing the Lakers. We'll see how that game turned out. But getting Cleveland plus 10, Suns, I mean, they've had a rough start. That buzzer beater loss to Sacramento, a game they were winning most of that game, but they kind of let up in that matchup. 1-3 for the Suns. I mean, man, rough start for them. A lot of these great teams have been pretty sluggish here to start the season. Cleveland's been decent. They've been getting wins. I mean, Cleveland's been historically pretty bad the last few years, but they've been winning their last few. They've been covering big spreads as the underdog. 10-point favorites against the struggling Suns team that's been just giving up leads. Once again, I'm going to take Cleveland plus the points here, but I do like the Suns on the money line for a parlay play here. I think it's a good bounce back for the Suns, but I just don't think they cover. 10 points is a lot. Giving 10 points to any team in the NBA right now is kind of insane. So I'm going to take the free 10 with the Cavs. All right, guys, next matchup, we have the Toronto Raptors versus the Indiana Pacers. Pacers opening up as 3.5-point favorites with the over-under at 215.5. The last 10 head-to-head, Raptors 6-4. Raptors 10-4 in their last 14 against Indiana. 7-3 covering against Indiana. Indiana 1-6 in their last 7. 1-5 covering at home against Toronto. Pacers have looked pretty bad this season. They have not been able to get it done in the win column. Toronto, they've been all right. They've actually been pretty surprising. A lot of their young talent. Scotty Barnes been playing really good basketball here. Yeah, give me Toronto plus 3.5. I mean, hard to trust this Atlanta team or this Indiana team with any points. Not gonna do it. Give me the Raptors plus the points. Next matchup, we have the Miami Heat versus the Memphis Grizzlies. Grizzlies opening up as 2.5-point favorites with the over-under at 217.5. The last 10 head-to-head, Miami 6-4. Miami 7-3 covering on the road. 4-1 in their last 5 games. Memphis 3-6 covering in their last 9. 3-6 straight up in their last 9. 1-5 covering the spread at home. Miami playing really great basketball here. Yeah, I like Miami plus the points here. They've been really great. I've been betting against Miami kind of this whole season so far, and it's backfired. Miami's playing really great here. Give me Miami plus the points. Next matchup, we had the San Antonio Spurs versus the Milwaukee Bucks. Bucks opening up as 6.5-point favorites with the over/under at 224.5. The last 10 head-to-head, Milwaukee 7-3. Lopez is out, Jrue Holiday out, Bobby Portis out, DiVincenzo out. A lot of injuries for this Milwaukee team. Milwaukee coming off that 113-108 loss against Minnesota. They've already played the Spurs here, beating them 121-111. Spurs 1-9 in their last 10, 3-7 in their last 10 against Milwaukee. Milwaukee 18-2 in their last 20 at home here. Hard to trust this Spurs team, even with all these injuries for the Bucks. I mean, they still have their main core, which is, Middleton and Giannis, and I think that's all you really need to beat this Spurs team. I think they're more than capable of getting the win here. We'll take the Bucks minus 6.5. I kind of like them more on a money line play, but I'm going to lean with the Bucks here. Next matchup, we have the Denver Nuggets versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. Minnesota opening up as 2.5-point favorites with the over/under at 221.5. The last 10 head-to-head, Denver 10-0. Pretty great stat for Denver. 6-0 on the road against Minnesota here. Denver coming off that, massacre win over Dallas, 106-75. Minnesota coming off that 5-point win over Milwaukee. Denver coming off a back-to-back here. We'll see if anyone's limited at all, but the way that Mavs game went, they rested a lot of their players in that fourth quarter, so I don't think it really is even really going to matter, to be honest. Give me Denver plus the points here. Then the last matchup, we have the Atlanta Hawks versus the Philadelphia 76ers. Sixers opening up as 3.5-point favorites with the over/under at 218.5. Both teams 5-5 in their last 10 head-to-head. Atlanta 0-5 covering on the road right now. Had that bad loss to Washington. Philly coming off that 8-point win over Detroit. Philly 1-5 covering at home here. No major injuries. Embiid is probable. He was questionable for this game, but he should be good to go here. I like Philly in this matchup here. Both teams, they've been playing pretty okay. Nothing crazy. I like Philly in this matchup here. I think they're more of a money line play. 3.5 points. I mean, we're seeing teams not even be able to cover this spread at all. But we'll take the minus 3.5. But I think Philly's definitely a money line play. And that's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Saturday. And I'll see you guys Sunday. Have a good one.